Okay, kindergarten, so what we are going to do is we are going to draw ourselves on the first day of school. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you are going to want to write your name on your paper, and you want to write the letter of your art day. So that's either going to be A, B, or C. Okay, so I'll do B day. And then we draw on the other side. And what I have here is a stencil that I made of a person. I have a girl stencil and I have a boy. So you're going to pick which one you are. And I want you to pick, you can either put it on this side or you can put it on this side. Totally up to you. I'm going to put mine on this side, and I'm going to take a pencil and I hold this down. I do not draw on this. Never draw on this. Never cut this, never glue this. This is just to help you. So I lay it down and I hold it tight, and what I do is I trace around it onto the paper. So the paper is going to have the mark, and nothing should be marked onto this. So you really got to pay attention. Are you drawing on the paper or are you drawing on this? You need it to be on the paper. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to keep going. So I'm holding it tight. It will move if you don't hold it tight. Notice how I move my thumb. The corners especially you want to hold tight. And if it moves on you, put it back into place and keep going. So now I can set this to the side. So this is me, and then I'm going to take another stencil, and over here, kind of higher up on my paper. I don't want it to be down here because then it looks like we're big giants. We're going to put it a little higher up, and we're going to do the same thing. This is going to be the school building. So Becky David. Okay, so now we have that drawn. You're going to go back over to your person. This is you, remember? So you want to think about what it was like on the first day of school. So I'm just filling in some of these lines on my dress. Okay, so I'm going to add eyes. So eyes just aren't circles like that. We have to have eyeballs as well. We need a nose, which is just a smiley face. And we need a mouth, so you could either just do smiley face, or if you want to try to do lips, you can try to do lips. Maybe I'll put some lips here since I'm a girl. You need eyelashes, eyebrows, ears, and you need some type of hair. Okay, so you can, if your hair was pulled back on the first day of school, you could put it in a ponytail. So I'm going to draw a wavy line. These are bangs. So boys, you would just leave it like this. Girls, you want longer hair if you have longer hair. If it's shorter, then don't make it so long. And I'm going to skip to make it look like it's way down here. Okay, and you can design your dress, or if you just want to leave it plain, leave it plain. And you should probably put some shoes on you. Just like that. Okay, Now back here, this is our school building, so we have to put a type of door. So I'm going to use a rectangle shape. And inside that rectangle shape, I'm going to draw a line, and then I'm going to draw 2 circles. That's going to be the door. And up here, I'm going to kind of connect these lines. This is going to be the school building. Okay, so we have ourselves, here's the school, and then you need to put yourself on a ground. So if I put the ground way down here, then the school is going to be floating above it. So I'm going to go up here and I skip behind the school, and I just draw a straight line, skip behind me, draw a straight line. So now it looks like I'm standing and the school is a little bit behind me. And of course, if you wanted to put any clouds or anything in your sky, you can do that. Now, after you've drawn everything with pencil, we're going to take a black marker. Now this is called a Sharpie. This is permanent. So this can stay on your clothes and not wash off. Permanent means it sticks forever, okay? If you get it on your hands, it will come off eventually. You might just have to scrub a little harder. But be careful, you don't want to get this on your clothes. So what you're going to do, everywhere that you have a pencil mark, you're going to trace on top of it. With the Sharpie. Okay, so here is me with on my first day of school at Becky David, and I started painting, and I'm using tempera cakes to paint this painting. So tempera cakes are the paints that look like little cakes. They don't taste like cake, they just look like cake. Alright, so you guys are just going to use this one brush the whole time. As you get older, you might be able to switch up brushes to be able to get into smaller areas, but since we're beginners, we're and I'm going to paint in my dress. So I'm going to start up here and I'm going to drag that paintbrush down. You never want to push your paintbrush, that gives it a bad hair day. And then if you want to go up, you flip your paintbrush this way and drag up. So it's either drag down, flip, drag up. Drag down, never want to go up like this, you always got to flip that brush. Go up like that. So to do that, you go very, very slow. See how I just set the paintbrush right there, then I drag down. Okay, I don't want you to paint your skin. We're going to use the crayons because we don't have the proper paint color for skin. So we're going to use crayons, and you're going to see if you have light, medium, or dark skin. Okay, so now I'm rinsing my brush. I'm done painting my dress. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Dab it on the side so it doesn't, there's not too much water in the hair of the brush. And now I'm going to paint my sky. So I'm going to get the blue on my brush. And the sky, guys, this is not a sky. It is not a blue stripe across your paper. That's not a sky. The sky goes from the top of the paper all the way until you hit the ground. So when you paint the sky, you do want to make sure you don't paint on top of your clouds. So notice how I'm going right onto the placemat, which is this paper underneath. That is allowed to get as much paint on it as it needs to. It is there to protect the table. So now you guys can see I'm painting in a different direction. I'm still pulling it. I'm just going this way instead of down. And then if I want to go back, I flip my brush and I go this way. And I don't want to paint on top of the school, so I'm going to stop. And you just want to try your best. If you get outside the lines or paint a little inside the school, that's okay. We're trying our best. We are beginners. Okay, so here is the painting. I've done everything I can do with paint, and I'm going to let this dry, and then once this is dry, I'll go back and I'll color in the skin, and I'll color in my lips too. Okay, so here is another one that I've drawn. This time it is a boy on his first day of school, and I'm going to use the liquid tempera this time. So this is this paint. You guys know how both of these work because we've practiced before, so it's really just your preference which one you want. So with this one, you're going to choose your colors, and you're going to paint with this one. And this one is just you dip your brush in the paint, you still treat it the exact same way. You drag it, never scooch it, you don't want bad hair days. And you always, always, always rinse your brush very, very well before you switch colors. Do you guys notice how I'm turning my brush to the side to get into this tiny little area here? I'm not keeping it flat, I'm turning it on its side. So you can move the brush in the way you see fit to try and stay inside your lines. Rinse, rinse, rinse. I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to paint the shirt. Drag, drag, that's all you need to do. Okay, so my liquid tempera painting is done. My tempera cake painting is done. So now you guys want to go back once it's dry and find your skin color. Do you have dark skin color? Do you have medium skin color? Or do you have light skin color? Look at your skin. What do you think it is? And you're going to color with crayon. Again, we do this because we don't have this color paint. So we're just going to use crayon. And you just want to color where your skin would be, nowhere else, because you've already painted the rest of it. And girls, if you have lips, you can color those in like a pretty pink or a red. Boys, you can color yours in pink. And now my picture is all complete. And here is your finished piece of work. It is you on your first day of school.